My name is Gabby Spirito, and I'm here to learn the truth and fight the injustices.
My name is Ocean Zhang, and I'm here to connect with real people.
My name is Kevin Wiley, and I'm here to examine the misconceptions surrounding incarcerated individuals.
My name is Olivia Racksack, and I'm here to learn what the media doesn't tell us about mass incarceration.
My name is Chris Garcia, and I'm here to learn the reality of what goes on behind the walls.
My name is Lisa Brehove, and I'm here to learn about the stories of people who are incarcerated.
My name is Jeff Syker, and I'm here to listen to the men and women who are incarcerated as they seek transformation amidst some very horrible circumstances.
My name is Kira Pearson, and I'm here to learn the stories of those who are incarcerated, men, women, and children, and to listen to their stories of transformation.
How do we even begin to explain this experience to people who weren't in it? And I talked to my sister last night, and she was asking me about it, and you know, I said I don't even know where to begin, so I'm just going to tell you this one piece, and I can tell you more later, but it's I don't even think people would believe what we saw either. And part of me wishes that everybody could go on this trip, you know, the whole state of California or the whole nation, you know.
I guess in a couple of words, basically life-changing in a sense, because of so many things that I didn't know, and many people that I've met in institutions and advocacy groups that people that I've met there. Everything is taken a change, I guess, from what you see in the media and the news, and how they choose what they want to talk about and how everything is not discussed, like the conditions they live in and how they're treated, and just everything is just very different than what I've known for the past 19 years.
We won't allow anybody else to offer you anything better, so we'll offer you this, and this is all you can have, and so you'll fight like a dog to get it and protect it and hold it. And so that's how the system creates this idea that they're providing real service and that women are really flourishing with these services, because there is no other service available. There is no way for you to say, I should just be home with my children and I can get the services there. Someone dropped dead, literally begging for medical help, telling them their head hurt at the clinic window and being told to go to the back of the line until Medline is over, and to drop dead right there. You know, these are horrendous conditions that we live in. Being locked in for 3 weeks because boxers come up missing, because that's gender responsive. When they introduced gender responsive, they cut us down to only pastel colored clothing, no clothing with male on the tag, nothing that could smell good because you could entice the guard.
It basically depends on how you live when you was inside. You know, because a lot of the guys up in there, they're just very, very bitter. Very, very bitter, and they are not trying to improve at all. You know, and so those are the ones that have problems when they come out. You know, you see a lot of guys that are out here, like you said, they fought to get up out. And so they went through the programs, they, you know, did everything they had to. So coming out here, it's pretty much, everything is the same. It's all the same cycle, just different. The names have changed.
What's your number?
H11077.
One day you won't be that number, right?
Right. I'm not that number today.
Tell me about that.
Today I'm a Gogi peer coach. Today I'm somebody who gives back to my community, somebody who is willing to be of service to my community, where there was a time in my life where I was extremely selfish and ungrateful and careless and didn't care about anybody else but myself. And today that's not me.
A lot of times they just ask, like, you know, how would your peers accept us if we went to your school? And me being very proud of being at LMU, I felt like I wasn't like speaking, like I wasn't speaking and telling lies, saying that like students would be so interested in hearing your story and wanting to help you as much as you can. I feel very proud knowing, you know, off the top of my head, so many students that would be willing to open their arms, open their lives to share resources that they have for these people, to welcome them and to really accept them into our community at LMU.
We went to Sylmar Juvenile Hall today, and that was a really cool experience. We celebrated Mass, and then we followed some volunteers and some Jesuit priests to have like smaller services with some of the youth there that couldn't like go out to the chapel because they were on lockdown. They can't really leave their compound. And hearing some of the stories that they had was really cool. I'm actually really excited. I got a unit number from one of the boys I met. So
that's great.
So hopefully I'll be able to be like write letters and be in contact with him.
Really hit home to me was the fact that I was able to see people my own age. They were all of Hispanic backgrounds, and I'm obviously of a Hispanic background. I come from a town that's a majority of Hispanics. So when I sat down and I began to see all these kids, how they were acting and just how overall they were interacting with each other, it really brought me to a realization that these kids are no different than the people I used to hang out with, the people that are like kids that are basically just looking for love.
The story of Sergio, a 17-year-old who is at Sylmar, the juvenile facility, and this is his first arrest, but he's being charged with murder because he was with 3 others when somebody was murdered, and so he's guilty as well, and he's facing a prison sentence of 45 years to life. You know, so he's still waiting to see how that's all going to play out. But it's just a remarkable thing to imagine that at age 17. Another story would be that of Sam, who we met at San Quentin, who experienced a tremendous amount of violence early in his life from his own family. And he said, you know, something quite telling. You know, when you experience that kind of violence from people who are supposed to love you, what can you expect of the outside world? And so it's no surprise that he ended up responding with violence as well. But he's, you know, learned that now, and so he's been in, what, 20 years? Does he need to be in another 20 years to demonstrate something?
Petition?
No. You know that ball was good, Paul. No, you just said the ball was our point. No, but you said that was our point. Listen.
Did you play for like commissary or anything? No, you just play for fun.
We play for bragging rights.
Bragging rights, yeah.
You know, when I beat somebody, they get talked about bad.
How long you been down for?
29 years.
29 years.
Yeah.
You got life sentence?
Yeah. I'm going to board in February. I did everything that was required of me.
Yeah.
Got self-help groups, been disciplinary free, got my GED, people like me.
We here in America make up 5% of the world's population, but we make up 25% of jailed prisoners.
$168,000 a year to keep each prisoner hired at Rikers Island. For the same money, you could send every one of them to Yale for 3 years.
In 2011, California spent $9.6 billion on prisons versus $5.7 billion on higher education.
Prison spending is so out of control in California now that a dime out of every state dollar is going to prisons that don't even work.
The total number of Americans under correctional supervision, prison, parole, etc., is 7.1 million, more than the entire state of Massachusetts. No other country comes even close to our rates of incarceration.
Here's saying all these people are such low level or such low risk, low threat to society, if all these people need to stay connected to their family, then let them the fuck out. Don't put them in another prison.
Actually, I don't even know if I want to be in law enforcement anymore. Because like ultimately, I want to work at Interpol and work in like a anti-gangs. Like that's the department I want to work in. But initially, I wanted to start off like in law enforcement. You know, be a police officer and then kind of move up more like to like a federal and then international. But I feel like if I became a police officer at this point, I would just perpetuate the problem. You know, the reality of the prisons is that it's not what everybody makes it out to be. And if I were to be a police officer, I would just be a part of the problem. And if I want to work anything towards a solution, I can't bring myself to do that. So I'm gonna have to look at another route to be where I want to be.
I did attend this trip last year, and so it touched me so incredibly much that I don't think I could have gone on any other alternative break. I think I found my passion and my life was changed in the 7 or 8 days that I was on this trip last year. I can't see myself doing anything else. I think that I want to dedicate my life to the system and reform.
We care about money, we care about fame.
We treat life like a video game.
We plan our week around drinking games.
We fear our social lives will burn in flames.
Look to our society for whom we became.
And for the incarcerated, they will be lucky if they can keep their name.